versus number 3. Here we go. Baxter brings it out of the end zone. Skips forward. And a very good return as he's downed. All right, first down at 10 of the 25, first snap. And Manning rolls out of the pocket, throws across his body, and he skips that one.
Go very fast, elite speed.
Second down and 10 of the 25. This time they'll run it straight ahead.
Good football in the back end.
Buckeyes with a chance to get off the field on 3rd and 4. Manning goes through his progressions underneath. It's caught, but
you're going to go for this.
So they'll go for it.
Oh, I don't know. My goodness.
It might be. Ohio State feels like
the replay booth, and they will give them that first down. Okay.
So a first down for Texas, opening drive, Baxter. They give it to him. He skims through the hole. Nice move as he cuts it back up, picks up a first down, heels. Manning sets, guns, over the middle, incomplete, flag.
Go.
So that'll make it first down and 15 at the 44. Baxter again straight ahead with the crease, but he's gobbled up quickly.
Knowles.
Second down and 13 at the 46. Again, Baxter churning those legs. High snap, handle, sprints out of the pocket, trying to square his shoulders, dumps it, not enough for the first down. Down and short.
Good rally up here, rally from the defender. You see right there the defender, that's the corner Jermaine Matthews, who played a lot of football for them last year. Maybe wasn't a starter, but played a ton of.
Ohio State, stout up the middle, coming up. We'll watch the best player at the 42. They say Sayin can really spin the football, folks. And they will hand it off. C.J. Donaldson.
If they double cover him, they'll watch out for Carnell Tate.
Second down and 8 at the 44. Running it again. Donaldson, power back. Third down and 1 at the 49. Straight ahead, and the Buckeyes won't get it. How about this? Play fake. Sayin, he'll throw it. Underneath. Caught. Oh, incomplete. On the
tight end transfer for Purdue, Max Clare, who just couldn't haul it in. And Texas turns them away. Their offense back on the field when we come back.
From the 49 for Texas. Wisner up the middle.
Buckeyes.
Second and 6 at the 47. Another handoff. Wisner jitterbugging. Tried to find a crease and he'll be fly. Manning off his back foot, checks it down to the sideline. Ohio State prepared. Baxter wrestled down, standing at his own 39. First punt of the game for either team. And it's fair caught. First down and 10 at their own 8. And they'll hand it off. James Peoples this time. Sophomore from Sayin. Out wide, Smith breaks a tackle, makes a few people miss. Empty for Sayin. Julian Sayin with time underneath, throws a strike, first down.
Makes up for that drop on that first series on 4th down. So he's going to come here as Smith's trying to basically clear out. And look at the attention they're paying Smith. Colin Simmons, the great pass rushing defensive end, immediately jumps out of that line of scrimmage to bump Smith, who was lined up as the number.
Close to 700 yards and 4 touchdowns at Purdue last year. Sayin, quick strike, and Smith takes his eye.
In the opening week, this is a ball that you don't normally see Smith drop. In fact, we went and watched him practice. First thing we saw when we walked into the building, they chucked it downfield to him, and he just reached out and grabbed it one-handed. And Julian Sayin, he's
Peoples this time. Oh, he's ambushed behind the line of scrimmage. Hey, Repton back in the game at running back. Sayin under pressure. got it away, and another drop by the Buckeyes. Another
lead here from Simmons. They're going to leave him unblocked on the screen, and watch how quickly he's in the face of the young quarterback. Sayin barely gets this ball away, hits the turf after he releases it, and then on the outside again, the uncharacteristic second.
The deep man, Joe McGuire, takes a step, boots it, and the ball takes an Ohio State bounce and dies around the 25. Baxter, lone setback, play fake. Manning sets on his back foot, all day to throw. Over the middle, a little high.
And come in and fix a hole. They go out and try to get a good player.
Second down and 10. Texas staying on the ground. Manning steps up in the pocket, makes a move, and he'll be tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Targeted transfers, and now you're going to get that pressure from a guy that came in the transfer portal, Bo Atkinson from North Carolina. Good pressure right there from 14, and he's able to just flush Manning from the pocket, who's got to hold on to that football as he gets hit from both.
He's at the 25. Bo Meester sends it away. Smith with the fair catch at the 20. Bieber on the near side. They hand it off to Peoples. Sayin over the middle. Nice completion. Jeremiah Smith breaks a tackle.
Ohio State, when they have Smith right, well, there's a motion man. That's going to be clear, but Smith is just inside of him. When that motion man goes outside, what it does is it changes the coverage, and now a linebacker or safety ones that Jenny told us about.
Whatever makes him feel better. How about that? Here's a handoff. And that 6-bell draft from Ohio State. 2nd and 5 at the 44. Here's the handoff. Peoples makes people miss, picks up a first down and 10 at midfield. Sayin with time, near side, ball caught, and this time Sayin from Carlsbad, California. That's near San Diego. Play action fake, sets up deep, slings it, incomplete.
I think that was 29, Grayson Littleton. How about this guy? He's just a true freshman. He's running across the field with number 4. Ohio State trying to say he got there a little bit early. Maybe, I don't know. That's a tough one to call right there. But this Littleton, I tell you,
freshman at the 44. Sayin lobs it up top. Incomplete, over the shoulder grab.
I did see Gus Phillip Daniels, number 70. His helmet popped off, and he started jogging off to the sideline. But if it comes off of your head because...
C.J. Donaldson, the pistol back. They give it to him, and he's lucky to get across the line.
Throws wind up as turnovers.
2nd and 9 to the 28. Sayin scrambles, and he will just dump it out of play.
Automatic first down.
It's our referee, David Smith, SEC official. There's the hold right there as Smith was trying to break out as Sayin left the pocket. A bit of a hold right there from Malik Muhammad. It was on 5. They announced 4. Jelani.
He's a spectacular talent. Here's a handoff. Donaldson pushes the pile forward. And 2,000 yards over 3 seasons and scored 30 rushing touchdowns. Again, a first down for Donald. 5-yard run.
Well, you keep seeing this motion being put into play, and so you got motion, and then you got the tight end. So Carnell Tate motions across. Now the tight end is coming across. They're trying to put more hats, more helmets, more players at the point of attack where they want the football to attack the defense. And then Donaldson, nice patient run, and then physical at the end, leaning forward for those extra few yards.
10th play of the drive coming up, which started at the 20-yard line for Ohio State. Here's the handoff. Peoples trying to find a seam, and they'll back him up. And they go straight ahead again for Donaldson. Trying to use that big...
He's getting down here.
3rd down and goal at the 2. Donaldson. Texas getting pressure. And they'll hand it off. Donaldson! Touchdown, Bucks! C.J. Donaldson.
They're going to follow this left side of the line. Right here, Luke Montgomery and Austin Severeld. And this double team gets movement, and that movement is what allows Donaldson to just lean over that left side of the line and get into the end zone.
Wisner back deep. And this one will go out of the back of the end zone. Now Fox at 25. Empty backfield for Manning. He runs it. Gets outside, shows a burst, and picks up 7, maybe 8 yards on the
running room along that right side.
2nd down and 1 at the 34. And Texas will pick up the first down.
Some real frustration from Travis Shaw challenging his people on the front line defensively.
Quick strike, Manning, incomplete.
Type of plays here in the next few snaps.
We haven't mentioned Wingo's name. Here's the strike on the outside, and it's Ryan Wingo. Find you to move the chains. Manning bounces out of the pocket. Burst of speed, looking for the first down. Oh, he's chopped down by. It's a first down.
I tell you what, he did a nice job keeping that ball in that right arm because it started coming away from his body. He's trying to get the sticks right there at the line to gain. And how about the hit right there from Lorenzo Styles, who comes in and kind of upends him. And they're able to get the line to gain, and it's a first down.
At the 47 for Texas. Down 7-0. Play fake. Manning, he's going to uncork it. Throws it deep. Double coverage, incomplete.
This is really good coverage because you've got elite speed right here from Ryan Wingo, and they're able to get the safety to run with him. That's Jalen McClain, and then that opposite corner, Jermaine Matthews, he just took off from his position and went back deep into the field and ran underneath the route. That's number 7 right there. Excellent coverage for the Bucks.
6:32 remaining in the second quarter, and they'll hand it off. Baxter, not a lot, if any. 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. They need 10 here. Manning stepping up, and he's taken down behind the line.
This is a great little move right here. Watch Arvell Reese. He's going to turn his eyes out here as if he's going to drop in coverage, and then he goes on the stunt or the delay blitz right there from his linebacker position. That's of the offensive line away from them.
Bo Meester ready to send it away. And this one will be down deep inside Ohio State. Yes, you did, Jack. First down and 10. And Ohio State running it. Let's go downstairs and check in with Boards. He can really play the game of basketball as well. Athlete. 2nd down and 7. At the 5. Equals the lone setback. Play fake. Sayin in the end zone. Throws it. Caught on the sideline. That's Carnell Tate.
Because the coverage was all over Carnell Tate. And this is a guy we've loved for a long time, and he needs to have a big year and a big game. And right here, he comes back to the football and keeps working back to his quarterback. And he goes up and he attacks the football, gets that foot in bounds for a first down. That's a big play. The tight ends actually hit each other. Saying now.
First down and 10 of the 18 now for the Bucks with some breathing room. Here's a handoff. Peoples trying to get outside. Nothing. Here comes a blitz. Sayin stands in the pocket, dumps it down, incomplete. His tight end
knows where to go with it.
3rd down and 10 of the 18. Julian Sayin with time underneath, caught, not enough for first down. Chicago.
He did it. He said it right there.
He said it.
Right on the tees.
Oh. And this will punt it out of 1st down and 10 at the 47. Here's Manning underneath. That one thrown high. And at the 47. Baxter in the backfield. They give it to him. He jitterbugs and crosses the line of scrimmage. Stop. Arch Manning under pressure. Takes his time. Shovels it off. Not enough for here in this first half. Ennis back deep. Over to the sideline. Lets it take a bounce. And bounces out of bounds inside the tight formation. Looks like Sayin may take a knee. And he basically does. Will Stone will send it off. James Peoples, the deep man. And Brandon Ennis as well. Fair caught. Look, extremely well in the first half. No costly mistakes. Underneath, throws a strike. And
Down against Smith.
2nd and 4. Here's the run game now. Peoples. But just think about
Why is a year ago.
3rd down and 4. At the 31. Saying. Looking. Sideline. Incomplete. Broken up.
And Malik Muhammad right here, and he's going to be physical. Remember, he got the holding call earlier in that first half, and right there they get a little away with a little bit of contact, and Smith's trying to get back.
McGuire. End over end. Niblett to the sideline. Let's take a bounce. And fields it. And will go down close at the 29. Let's see what kind of adjustments Texas has made during the halftime period. And this is Wisner.
Returning rusher, and certainly a really quality player.
On 2nd down and 4. Wisner picks up the 1st down.
So, and now you're starting to see a little tempo here. They're going to go fast.
1st down at the 41. Hear this thing out against the reigning national champions. On the road, Manning scrambles. Turns it up. Squares his shoulders. Look at the feet. And gets out of bounds with the 1st down. But the true talent for this young man comes from his mom, Ellen.
And especially the athleticism and the elusiveness. Right there, right? He steps away from the defender and then again steps away from Igbinosun. What a great run to pick up the 1st down. It looked like a couple of Buckeyes had it.
At the 47 after the 14-yard gain. And they'll hand it off. Wisner gets to the edge. Squares. And powers his way forward, close.
Shot over the top.
2nd and 1 at the 38. And they'll hand it off, looking for that 1st down. Wisner leaning and out there. 1st down and 10 at the 36. And the handoff, Baxter.
There you go. Now you got Arch, and he's just trying to build a career for himself.
That's right. Here's Manning underneath. Ooh.
To run for this right here.
3rd down and 2 at the 28. The handoff to Baxter breaks it back. Another 1st down. I remember
on this series.
First series of the 2nd half at the 20. And a slingshot to the sideline. Caught by Moore.
The ball off on the outside.
2nd and 1 at the 11. Manning play fake, looking, guns it, sideline, caught. This time
bang that boundary side, the short side of the field, and he comes down to McCutcheon. McCutcheon is able to get the completion, and McCutcheon is a guy that they're very
field with Manning. Arch straight ahead with wiggle, and he'll get inside the
direction.
2nd down and goal at the 4. Manning runs it, looking. Wingo in motion. They'll hand it off. Baxter cuts it back, trying to power forward, got close, and he'll be down. Manning looks like they're going to do the tush push, and they don't get in. Ohio. On. Donaldson deep in the backfield, and Saying just try to give them a little.
State trying to get away from their own goal line.
2nd and 9 at the 2. Play fake. Saying scrambling. Flag on the play in the end zone.
That's going to be a safety. Officials today, I think that's a great job officiating this play. It's a tough look because you don't see LaFau right there. His hands were initially up in the face of Hinsman. And Hinsman then, after he gets the hands in the face, he holds on. So watch right there. Okay, so see, there's the hand that you're seeing right there. Hand in the face. That's what's called originally.
Saying hands it off straight ahead. No room, no gain. Saying hands it off again. This time they'll get a little breathing room. As Niblett to the sideline. Takes a bounce. And out of bounds. And rocking. And Buckeye Nation is fired up. But Texas has found a rhythm First down and 15 at the 45. They'll run it with Wisner. And he's gang tackled.
So I think Ohio State has largely taken that away, Gus.
Play fake. Manning, he'll throw it this time. Oh, it's intercepted. And I think you were right, partner.
Well, there's a reason they haven't been doing this. The coverage has been excellent. Matthews basically runs the route.
For the Buckeyes. Play fake. Saying. Sets. And this one is caught.
Because of the coverage.
2nd and 7 at the 35. Donaldson. And he's ridden down. Saying. First down, yes, for Ohio State. It's Jeremiah Smith.
At the top of his route. Watch, he's going to be working against Malik Muhammad right here, and it's a slow release, and then just hands right there. Maybe gets away a little push off, but creates space for himself. How easy is that for Julian Sayin? Big.
Sayin goes through his progressions, checks it down to Donaldson. He gets his shoulder square.
Gus, and so that's in the back of your mind as well.
2nd down and 1 at the 46, and a first down for the Buckeyes. Donaldson. And Mark Ingram talked about the 43. Another handoff, Donaldson. Nice forward lean. 1st and 15. Donaldson again following his blocks. And Donaldson.
Again, going to pull some guys around. You got tight ends coming around. And then Donaldson is just going to try to get patient and be right behind those guys. Sabola, the right tackle. You've also got Will Kazmarek, a really nice block. They've said that they think he's probably the best blocking tight end in the country. Granted, that's probably some bias coming from his own coach.
Sayin, looking, goes deep, Sayin, Tate, touchdown, Tater. Carnell Tate, 40 yards.
This is a great route. He's able to get behind the defense, and Jalen Gilbo is just trying to catch up. Ball's a little underthrown. How about the double catch? Gilbo gets there, bats that ball away initially, and Tate's got to catch it a second time, and he's able to haul it into the end zone. I said he was going to make a crucial play.
Carnell Tate with that 40-yard touchdown. And Texas brings it out of the end zone. Wisner. He jitterbugs and gets to. Here's a handoff. Wisner. And let's check in with Jenny.
Will Howard there to greet him. Smiles all around.
Thank you, Jenny. 2nd down and 4. Another running play. Texas close to the first down. He loves playing against Texas. Had a career-high 7 catches for 87 yards in last year's semis. First down now for the Longhorns as Wisner gets out of bounds. 13-yard gain. First down from the 37. Manning. Another check down. Out wide. Baxter. And he'll pop.
Honey, who's the linebacker, one level in front of him.
2nd and 5. Nice blocking by Texas. Manning gets it away and completes it.
The field. He's right here. He's going to come right for Arch Manning, and watch this block from C.J. Baxter. He gets confused, goes out right. That allows the time for Manning to get the ball out to the outside, and really their best pitch and catch of the day.
Parker Livingstone with the reception. Manning sets, guns, underneath, intercepted.
That was Matthews. He steps in front. Styles trying to keep that one off the turf. I'm sure they'll take a look at this one. But as of right now, Buckeyes think they've got a pick.
I don't know. Mike Pereira, he's coming up next. Now Manning under center. Here's the reverse. Wingo with a seam and a hurdle.
When Wingo touches the ball, he needs to touch it more here in the fourth quarter.
We'll hand it off straight ahead after the 8-yard gain and pick up a first down with Wisner.
Been way too static.
First down at the 30. Play fake. Manning dumps it down. He finds his tight end. Injuries. And he'll pick up big-time yardage. 16-yard line for Texas. They've been close. Manning, straight ahead run. Trying to fight forward, and does.
Vince in there with the block O.
2nd down and 6 at the 12. Wisner on the cutback, gets inside. The lone setback. Motions. Manning looks underneath and incomplete. Manning in the end zone. Incomplete.
Just out of reach of Livingstone. Igbinosun. Taters in Arlington, Texas right now watching this one with their team down 14-0.
Not over yet. Ohio State running the football. That was pretty cool. Have you? Saying hands it off. Donaldson power running. Looks like he's got a first down.
Well, this is down, getting as many first downs as they can.
First down and 10 at the 20. Another handoff, another run. What would it mean for this? Low snap, scoops it up, gets it away. This time it's Peoples fighting, and he'll get across down in 19 at the 12. Saying Jeremiah Smith. Probably
Ryan Day might rely on his defense here.
3rd down and 15. And it is another run play. Not a lot. As Donaldson deep at the 44. McGuire gets it away. Neblett at the 40 with the fair catch. National championship and went to Ohio State's rival Penn State as their DC. Manning down the slot, and it's caught.
You notice he just hitched up right away and threw it right down the seam.
First down. Manning again to the sideline, and Wisner gets up.
Quickly, obviously, but still plenty of time.
2nd and 5 at the 27. Manning. Arch Manning. Guns it. Touchdown, Texas! Livingstone. And the Longhorns are...
What a battle at the end of this play. Jermaine Matthews is going to be in coverage man-to-man against Parker Livingstone, and they said he had a great camp, a terrific worker, and he continues to work on this route and just finish the play right at the end, getting some separation, getting back to the ball around Jermaine Matthews Jr. and getting the touchdown. What a quick strike from Texas, and right back in this ball game. Football about down 2 scores, 14, going for 2 there. Sark decides to kick the extra point, and now all the pressure is going to be on Ohio State and that offensive line to try to close this thing out.
Donaldson. Nothing.
Play clock, empty backfield.
That's what he does. Saying to throw it. Looking. Saying, scrambling. And he'll just dump it. Can Ohio State stay on the field? Saying under pressure, underneath, caught, but not enough for the first. Wire punting from the 15. Niblett at the 34. Line drive kick. Lost it in the sun, out of bounds at the 15. At the 15. Manning throws it up. Incomplete. Wingo.
Surprised to see them start to ratchet up a blitz or a pressure.
2nd down and 10 of the 15. Manning again to the sideline. Big throw. Caught. Woo! At the 45.
Over the outstretched arm of the corner, and as Lorenzo Styles is coming in to try to jar that ball loose, terrific catch by Injuries.
First down at the 40.
Routes or crossing routes, but just right down the seam.
First down at the 45. Here's a run, and it's Wisner.
To sit back into the pocket, start to attack down the field.
Manning again after the 5-yard gain to the sideline. That one low and incomplete. Wisner in motion. Manning. Sidearm. Up top. Incomplete. Wow.
He had all sorts of room in front of him. This ball has got to be thrown out in front of him. Tough catch for Wingo to try to go back over the right shoulder. Down's the only.
Manning in trouble. Got it away. Caught but not enough for the first.
Here's Hicks. Here he is. He's just going to come straight right through this right side, and the tackle never gets out there. Watch 11. He's right in the face of Manning, and Manning shows you some serious strength to get that ball out in the first place.
Saying in victory formation, he'll take a knee. Saying buying time, and he'll just fall down.
Drag off any other time. There we go. Now just a knee, and that's your ball game.
That's it. A defensive gem. But in the end, the national champions prevail. 14-7. Ohio State defeats Texas. What a ball game. It wasn't the game we expected, but nevertheless, it turned out to be a gem.
I tell you, these defenses played well. Both of them, man. Both of them played great.
Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Coach